Look what just arrived, my Boulies MagVida Standing Desk. Dual motors, magnetic cable trays, memory presets, and yes, it only took 5 minutes to assemble. Let's see if it's worth the hype and the wallet pain. Hey there, Sandwich Squad. Kid Ron Burgundy here, your friendly neighborhood gadget goblin who reviews tech so you don't waste your cash. Today I'm checking out the MagVida from Boulies, a sleek, motorized, magnetic, cable-controlled standing desk that promises to make your workspace cleaner than your teenage kid's room. If you're watching on YouTube, hit those links in the description, grab yours, support the channel, and help me avoid selling off my kidney to fund more gear. All right, we got the Boulies MagVida boxes right here. You get 2 boxes, one for the legs, one for the desktop. Let's open these puppies up and see what's inside. All right, the first thing that we have here is the instruction manual and a bag of screws in the legs box. A little control panel for the settings. Got a few different screws and straps and a little cord here. This looks like one of the legs here. This looks like another one of the legs. All right, we got a little power adapter cord situation here. All right, this looks like the bottom feet leg situation here. You can see there we got some little feet that you could probably twist and make some adjustments. Just a little quick tip here. These boxes are a little bit hefty, so get a friend to help you move them around. Okay, we got a little box here, and inside that box, got some little magnetic rack looking pieces. I think they're magnetic, maybe they're not. Oh yeah, magnets there. All right, inside we got another little box, and this is a magnetic hook. All right, inside this box we got another little metal thing here. It's probably some kind of rack or bracket or something. I haven't looked at the instructions yet, so I don't know the names of everything. And then this is some kind of magnetic little holder thingy here. It's got some stuff there. This is the desktop itself. Pretty heavy. Make sure you have a friend. This actually looks pretty easy to put together. Everything's out of the box. We're ready to put this thing together. I laid down my wife's little fancy carpet here so we can lay this desktop down without scratching it, because that is step 1, is to lay down the desktop. So now, I'm going to grab this guy. I'm a pretty strong guy, so I can get this by myself, but you should probably use 2 people. All right. Now we're on to step 2, and that is putting these heavy legs on here because they have the motors in them. There's dual motors, so there's 2 of those guys here. And we're going to go ahead and set this up. We got some screws there. Doesn't say anything about those screws. So these guys are going to sit in here, but I'd have to take those screws out. All right. There are some screws already set here, so you'll have to take those out. You got the 4 put in there screws, and then you'll have these other screws that'll go in this side here. And here's another thing too, is they leave these kind of loose like this. That way you can slide these in easier, and then at the end you tighten them all up. All right, and then when you get those tightened up here, you're gonna tighten up these other screws. screws that are on the sides. The next step is to put on these little feet here, these long feet to help keep it stable. All right, so let's go ahead and put that on right now. There we go. And then these little guys here, you can loosen those and tighten those to help level out your desk. We are on step 4 of putting this desk together, and that is putting the little control module on there with the buttons. That way you can press those buttons and control it. And it looks like it has some pre-drilled screw holes. Now, it looks like there's screw holes on this side and that side, so I guess it's your preference on which side you would like it to be on. I'm going to put it on this side because it's closer to the camera, and I feel like that's probably like my left hand, so we'll put it over there. And we got 2 screws in this bag with a little Phillips head screwdriver to put that in there. And if you look on the back here, there is a spot for one motor, the second motor, and then the power input. All right, control panel all screwed in here, nice and tight. Now we're going to go on to step 5, which is connecting all of the wires, which I have all of the wires right here. We are on step number 5 here, and I've got all my wires ran. Here is the DC adapter box here. The farther away motor got a little connector cable that goes all the way to there now. And the shorter one connected right into there. And then there's my DC power. We just gotta put this guy in here. This will go to the outlet. Step number 6, metal frame cover. We're gonna put that guy right over on this here. That's gonna help cover all of our wires and such. Alright, so we got some screws here that we're gonna, I believe we're just gonna screw down in these holes here, and it's gonna hold down the cover. So Boulies does provide you with some tools and stuff here, but I have big hands, so I'm just going to use my own tools here because they fit my hands a lot better, and I can go a little faster. So we're pretty much done putting this thing together. I just gotta flip it over, but then it's kind of hard to see underneath it where the magic happens. So if you kind of notice, there is some spots here that are screwed in here, and that's because those things are magnetic. And these things here have some magnets on here. These are some little rack holders here. That's actually, you put this on here, and then these guys go inside here. Let's see if I can just put this together here real quick. So now you have a little fabric holder here, so you can magnetize that right to there, and you can have some stuff inside there if you'd like. And then also, you have a little hook, like for your headphones and stuff, if you're gaming, and that just, right there. And if you don't like it there, you can put it wherever you want. You can put it there, you can put it over here, and it's pretty, like, it's pretty solid. Like, the magnets are pretty strong, I have to say. And then you also have these like little magnetic silicone straps here, and that's kind of maybe for some like cable management situation there. You can do that, or you can do it like that. You can hold them down here like that, so that way you don't have your cables just dangling around. Maybe more like that. There you go. See there? Probably put some of those guys like that. And I got my hook right there. And then we'll probably hang that after. It seems like it wants to come off there unless it's actually upside down. So the next step is we're gonna flip this guy over and stand it up, plug it in, and see how it works. I do recommend another person if you're averagely strong. We got the Boulies MagVida desk all put together. All we gotta do is flip it over and turn it right side up. So I'm gonna do that now by myself, but I do recommend having another person. I'm just gonna try to do this as careful as I can. This desktop, I think, with like the magnets and the dual motors and everything, it's just very extra heavy here. I'm just gonna be very ginger, that's what I like to say. Okay, so now flip it over. It's pretty short. It's pretty short there. It's out short. All right, and there it is, nice and carefully turned over. As you can see, it sits pretty short here at the lowest point, so you can get it down pretty low. A kid could use this if you wanted to. And then it'll get up higher. I'm gonna plug it in and we're gonna raise it up. We're all put together. I flipped this guy over, so now we're gonna raise it up. It's at its lowest setting right now. So we're gonna go ahead and go to its highest setting. I'm gonna go ahead and press this button here, and this is gonna raise right up. See if you can hear the noise. Actually. Let me know how loud this sounds to you. Wow, not too bad. And that is a pretty high setting. I mean, I could have like a plate of food right here and just be like eating some food here. I'm a 6 foot tall guy, so this is pretty high. I mean, you know, you don't have to go that high. There are also 3 preset buttons here. And then there is a where you can set your presets, so you can actually set these presets to whatever you want. I'll show you that in just a moment. Let me show you the little control center here. So we have a down arrow here, which will bring you down. We have an up arrow here that will bring you up. And then you have some presets here. I've set that to the highest setting there, so it's only going to go up a little bit. That one's going to go down to 100. And if you stop if you press the button again, it'll go ahead and stop there. And if you press it again, it'll go ahead and go to the desired setting there. And then you have a third setting right here. All right, that brings us back up. And then if you press the S button right here, and then you press the whatever setting button you want, you'll change the setting to that height. So if I want to go down a little bit here, and then I press the S, and then 3, now it's changed the preset button here to this height. So now if I go up, so I was at 117 before, and if I press 3, it takes us back down to 117. And then, if you have kids or anything like that, or you just want to maybe not accidentally hit these buttons, you can press and hold these 2 buttons here, and that will come up with lock. And then now it'll be locked. So no matter if you press any of these buttons, it won't go anywhere. So if you have kids, you're safe there. And if you want to unlock it, you'll just press and hold those two buttons again. And then that'll unlock it. And then you can go back to your regular up and downing. Okay, I mentioned this a little earlier here, but there are some magnetic areas underneath here that they've made, that they've put on here on the sides and on the bottoms. So you got stuff like this little magnetic hook here that just sticks right on there, and you can hold your headphones right here. We also have these little silicone straps that could magnetize there if you have any cables or anything that need to be managed. And then last but not least here, there is a little fabric cable tray that magnetizes right to the bottom here, so you can stick some extension cords and such in there, so they're not a whole bunch of wires hanging for whenever your desk raises and lowers. What are the top 3 coolest bits? EMO magnetic system, so addictive you'll reposition your hook mid-podcast. Whisper quiet dual motors. Adjust heights without interrupting your zoom. Anti-collision feature, so nobody's trapping fingers if your kid sneaks under. For content creators, it's gold. Hook up your mic, camera, and lights with no cables dangling. Sit for editing, stand for delivery, ideal for voiceover takes or TikTok vlogs. Over a week, I tried 4-hour editing sessions with no elbow bashing. Standing during conference calls, bedroom looking pro. Cooking lunch while monitoring YouTube, no cables tripped. Swapped hook midstream, took 30 seconds, no tools. All right, time for some pros and cons. Here are the pros. It has a solid premium steel build. EMO magnetic system, cable management bliss. Smooth, quiet, dual motor lift. Anti-collision and child lock for peace of mind. 3 height presets. All right, here are the cons. There's no built-in USB charging ports, not ideal for powering phones or laptops. And the heavier desk means assembly needs backup help. At around $599 to $799, the MagVida is a premium package, but you're paying for sturdy build, smart magnetic organization, whisper quiet motors, and safety features. If cable clutter gave you nightmares, this is worth every penny. In short, the Boulies MagVida is not just a desk, it's a workday upgrade. From quick assembly, sleek look, to wireless cable wizardry. It's the kind of product that makes your desk space calmer and your tech life funnier. Links in the description. Grab one, support Film Sandwich, and give me yet another excuse not to move from this desk. Like, subscribe, hit that bell, and maybe nap more at standing height.